Merry Christmas. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. We are the tribe, we are the nation. Tonight we're going to be speaking about flex your psychic muscle. If you are truly interested in developing your awareness, simply just to understand what is around the corner for you, be it in a present situation or what's around the corner for you coming down the pipeline in your life, something is missing. Excuse me. There we go. Do you really want to develop your intuition? It's by your admission to yourself. My nose is tickling. I don't know why it's tickling. In your admission to yourself that that is something you truly desire, acquire. Is what changes the whole dynamic from being simply aloof, always needing proof. When you become connected and congruent, it'll do a number on you. My nose is tickling. I almost want to take a break because I don't know why it's tickling. Maybe that's a psychic sign. And to become, I don't like the word psychic. Psych anything, maybe more so psycho. Doesn't require tarot cards or crystal ball. They can be used, and they are vehicles and or catalysts to launch us greater into the all knowing. It's about growing your capacity, your heart chamber. Oh, my dear Lord. Do you want to know more? Not out of fear, because it's dear to you to claim and move into your birthright. God is all-knowing. We would agree to that. And if God is all-knowing, it makes sense to me that the closer I get to it, the more I'm entrusted responsibly with power, knowledge, wisdom. We've heard many times driving it, well, maybe you haven't. Many people have heard many times driving the car, don't go down this road today. Though that's your normal route, don't do it. And we do it anyway, and we realize there's a traffic jam or an accident, or you get a flat tire, or such things. Tonight is flex your psychic muscle. It is very real. In 30 years of walking this path, I've ratcheted up levels quite a few times. And the more you do this, the more you see the results, the more the conviction begins to happen, the more you step into the hunt with all that you have to bring about all that you deserve. And we no longer begin to swerve. We no longer swerve on the road. Life's highway. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. Do you want to develop your ability to truly see? If your answer is yes, the first thing I want to offer to you is you have to look. It's not enough just to see. You have to look. Seeing is a passive. Looking is the action, the aggressor. I'm looking. I'm scanning. Seeing is I'm just chilling and taking it. And they both are beneficial to achieving this objective, which is flexing your psychic muscle. Tonight is truly a class. In just a little bit, I'm going to go into a presentation, audio only, with some cool video, lights, and swirly stuff. I like lights and swirly stuff. And it's going to last about a half hour. If you're really wanting to develop your intuition, I suggest a notepad and a pen. You can always watch this video again and again and again. But a notepad and a pen, you can create some bullet points that doesn't allow you to go through another hour plus presentation to get those bullet points. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Whatever makes you feel warm and fuzzy instead of getting butt chapped because I didn't say the right thing. How about just accept my heart to yours to say, oh, what a beautiful idea. Whatever that is to you, how it's supposed to sound in your ear, that's what I'm saying to you. How to flex your psychic muscle. You don't need tarot cards or a crystal ball. You have to become hyper aware, noticing everything around you without trying to do it. 30 years of you doing anything will help you fall into that default nature. It's actually your nature in the first place. It's your divine birthright. It's what you are here, but now that you're here, somewhere along the way we dropped the ball. We dropped the crystal ball. From keeping us from knowing the all. You have to become hyper aware, noticing everything around you without trying to do it. Automatic pilot. And if you look, you will see many clues. See what I mean? Though the true information is birth from within, the outside is always a reflection and or a spin of your own inner space. So take notice. Many years ago, I was doing a gig at Alfred's on Beale Street. And before I started playing my show, this lady comes up to me and we started dialing. Everybody's from, almost everybody's from out of the country, from all around the world because they come to famous Beale Street. So I'm sitting there and I started dialoguing with this lady. Hello, how are you, ma'am? Hello, sir, how are you? We started talking. And she says, oh, you playing tonight? I said, yes, ma'am. So we're talking. What else do you do? And we got into this spiritual dialogue. She says, well, can you give me a reading? I said, sure. So I gave her a reading and on it goes. A couple of 5, 10, whatever minutes into it. I said, oh, wow, you just got a brand new car. She said, in fact, I did. I said, you got a brand new Honda. She said, in fact, I did. She said, she tried to challenge me, which I love a good challenge. Not that I have to be on point, but I love a good challenge, period. What color is my car? What color is that new Honda? And as soon as she asked the question, through my peripheral vision, a hot, sexy looking lady walks in front of me, behind the lady who's standing across from me, in a red dress. I said, your car is red. She goes, how did you know that? I said, that lady in the red dress told me so. This is the point of becoming hyper aware, because signs are everywhere. From Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new bestseller. You can find it on Amazon. Keith Anthony Blanchard, Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Spirits Dialogue. With myself. Keith, because you have begun to do so much internal work, your perceptions are heightened. And right now, it seems to be that there are more changes happening than ever before. The fact that nothing has really changed here except your own level of awareness. Back before it developed, what never seemed to change was that nothing seemed to be going right in your life. This is the reason I do psychic work, psycho work, so I can understand what is coming likely for myself, so I can avoid the mishap that will happen around the corner if I didn't know such a thing. The fact that nothing is going, the fact is that nothing has really changed except your level of awareness. Back before it developed, what never seemed to change was that nothing seemed to be going right in your life. But your new cognizance changed everything for you, didn't it? And I said, yep, it has. And I believe I'm really starting to make sense of this paradox thing. And Spirit responds, you think, well, my friend, you are correct. Because I can see with each passing day that you are spotting. You must look. Not only see, you must look. You are spotting the synchronicity, coincidences in your life, and are really beginning to freely interact with them. And I say, wow. So where does synchronicity come from? How does it manifest? And what does it mean? It is born out of my essence and in the causal realm. From there, it swirls through your mind, psychic, and into your feelings, sentience, beingness, aligning events on the earth plane all around you. But coincidences have no significance other than to get your attention through higher means so that you can grasp the very alignment you are in. Because you are beginning to truly open your eyes and your ears, you can hear the higher language and can at last see order in what always appeared to be chaos. And I respond, I can see the chaos, and every once in a while, I can see the order. But it's still a challenge for me to see the order in the chaos. And Spirit responds, Keith, keep looking. Because chaos is like a snow globe. Snow globe, look at all the snow. Chaos is like a snow globe whose contents may have been shaken, but whose shimmering flakes always settle back into order. So it is in the physical universe. Though things may be shaken like a snow globe, they still find their place to settle. Now, do you see how there is order in chaos? And I say, sorta. And Spirit says, soon, my friend, soon. As you all continue to awaken, everything will come into even clearer view. The pace of change will quicken for all of you, and synchronized phenomena will occur more frequently. The more you can successfully navigate using the compass of synchronicity, the more effective you will become as the captain of your own master ship. Then nothing will slip by you unmonitored, and the wake of your past will be replaced with your own willpower. This is how you will evolve. Repeating the sounding joy, going inside and employing our faculties to become a more illumined than yesterday. It feels like work because I tell you, God dang it, it is. But it's not heavy work because it's called light work, and you are a light worker. The heaviness comes with the ongoing, the constancy, the consistency, the ever hammering on a nail to drive it home. But once you get to the 50, whatever it take, even before that, when you get into the 40s, the 30s, you feel that, in fact, you start loving it. And then it supports you, motivates you when the push comes to shoving it. Oh my God, I understand this does work because I'm at the 30% mark and I'm seeing experiences and manifestations. And so you pick your gate up to open the gate completely. I'm going to move now into my next act. because it's all a divine play. My next segment, which is, I suggest if you want to really develop your psychic and flex your intuitive muscle, if you can, grab a pen, a pad. You can always revisit this presentation. Here you go. Joy to the world. Write down the bullet points. This is a presentation I've done quite a few years ago. I created this entire dialogue today only till right before this presentation. I heard intuitively, Keith, go grab this. So I went and grabbed this. I'll see you in about 30 minutes. God bless you. Happy holidays, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, happy ice cream cone, happy you and your wife and your beautiful family, whatever means everything to you. How? 4 points to develop your psychic awareness. Remember, the closer you get to God, if God is all-knowing, the more you are allowed to know, simply because it's your divine birthright. I'll see you in a little bit.
The sounding joy.
Shh. Whisper. Whisper in the ear. The ability to listen. The ability to hear. Tonight is center of light. Sight. Seeing is not only with the eyes. Center of light, sight. We think it implies the eyes, and it does. But it also implies the eye. And also implies the eye of who you are. But seeing is not only with the eye. Seeing is also the ability to hear. Well, Keith, that doesn't make sense. Well, absolutely sure it does. Seeing is not necessarily about what we think seeing is. Seeing is about taking in information. In other words, when you tell someone a joke or make a point, they say, I see what you mean. They don't mean I'm actually seeing what you mean. They are seeing what you mean. I am going to give you some powerful suggestions about how you can begin to open up the channel to a greater depth of your psychic capacity. So, well, what is my capacity for psychism? It's infinite. God is all-knowing. Well, Keith, do you mean? I mean exactly that. Your father principle is bringing you up into a divine principle, so you can move from infant, toddler, child, adolescent to adulthood. And it's all good. Right? So feeling is very important in seeing. Feeling is integral to seeing. We see all the time. Just look around. Do you see? As you see, how does it make you feel? And so understanding the feelings part in the dance, you understand your barometer. So you don't live your life no longer by simple chance. That way you can dance and get in the garden, because you're starting to align with the highest purpose. What is your purpose in life? Do you know what your purpose in life is? Is to see, feel, be real. Now, beyond that, what helps you to be those qualities, those attributes, those ingredients, those elements of who you are? You simply do what you love. Then you will feel the love of God. Let the love of God fall upon you. And it comes through the cloak or guise, choke or be wise, when you wrap yourself in the shawl of that which is the all of love. So when you do what you love, you rise above the quandary and the mayhem of this chaotic world. It's about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. See what I mean? Do you feel what I mean? Do you understand? I'm going to lay out some bullet points I've been working on all day about how to open up, develop your psychic muscle mass. Well, Keith, only a teacher who has that ability can teach such things. So are you telling me you're psychic? I am telling you I'm psych something. Psychic, psycho, or psych both. And they say it takes a fool to be a genius. I'm not saying I'm definitely saying I'm a fool. I'm a genius. But what I'm saying is we have to get out of the normalcy to get into the super normal. See? If God is all-knowing, it makes sense to me, the closer we get to God, the more we know. If God is all-powerful, then it makes sense to me, the closer we get to God, the more we have the responsibility for spiritually power in our lap. And if God is omnipresent, then it makes sense to me, the closer we get to God, the more we get into a space of absolute divine clarity. So we can begin to see. Again, do you see? It's not hard, it's never has been, nor would it ever be. It's simplicity. Is what will help you to see. We're going to go through some bullet points, 4 of them I believe I wrote, about how to open up the eye. Your eye. Your eye. Your eye. It's me. It's the all ever-present I. Do you want it? We all have it. You remember that time that you were told not to take a right, but you did anyway, and you saw this thing happen? That reaffirmed that I should have listened to my intuition. My gut. It's not really your gut. It may feel like it stirs in your gut because the digestion of what's happening is beginning to process. So it feels like it's happening in your gut. You call it gut instinct. Follow your gut. I get it. The gut's a little more palpable, it's a little more tangible, it's a little more real. But the heart is a little more subtle. That's the deal. That's where the feel comes into experience. Can be interjected, can be erected, but it's the only thing that's going to allow you tap into the understanding of the lens. This is my intention, conscious or not. Because this is what I'm looking for. Trouble, dismay, joy. So the heart, the feeling capacity of the yum, the deliciousness, or the ow, or the ouch, it's irrelevant. In fact, it's neutral. It's unbiased. All it knows is you sticking your hand into the pot. And it says, you're not going to put out my fire, so have all you got. Are you clear of what it is you're taking out of the pot? You have to want to be psychic. I don't really like that word. It's been walked on, it's been desecrated, it's been tainted. Yeah, but it does make the point. I like intuition better. I like moving into a space of spirit so I can see through sight, having the ability or the capacity to truly just be open. It starts there. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sounds arrogant. It's arrogant when you have an opinion about being right. It's not arrogant when you are truly right. And I have righted myself in these experiences for 30 years. A fireman knows exactly how to put out a fire. Someone who's a school teacher doesn't profess to know how to put out a fire. That would be opinion and arrogance to assume such. But a fireman knows infinitely much more about his capacity to be called a said fireman. Fire. You have to want it. Nothing happens without it. The want of it. I don't mean want as if I'm lacking of something. I'm talking about a yearning, burning, churning, turning within your soul to bones. But you have to own it. I simply love it. I want it. I want to know that there's a snarling dog behind this building that will in a moment eat my ass. I'm not asking you to live in fear about the snarling dog. I'm asking you to take in a level of empowerment that will in showerment grace upon you to have a greater capacity to see. Total different vibration. I just want to know what my options are because I'm clear. Watch the movie Minority Report with the 3 psychic children, especially the star psychic child. Take a right, take a left. Don't ask why, just do it. We want to live in a space where we don't ask why, that we're so connected and congruent that we just do it. Whatever the it is that the intuition says, follow. It takes work, play, joy, sweat, blood, tears to work and develop that psychic muscle. It's not that hard. You do it all the time. You think of a song, turn on the radio and it's there. How did you do that? Well, Keith, that's coincidence. Exactly. It's exactly coincidence. 2 things have coincided in an incident. Coincidence. So what came first now becomes the big question. That you thought of it because it was coming anyway? Or did it show up simply because you thought of it? That will really bake you noodle. Tonight is Center of Light Sight. Develop your psychic power, expansion, seeing capacity, muscle. In this bug tussle world, you're going to need it. Good to see folks. Tonight is Center of Light Sight. The ability to see. I hope you see what I mean. Again, seeing goes beyond the eyes. Seeing is listening, taking in information. So let's get right down to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about 4 things that will help you develop your psychic abilities. If you want a one-on-one session with me, contact me in my inbox. I work very cheaply. When I say very cheaply, I don't mean my work is cheap, but my work is cheap. I work very cheaply. It's very thorough. I'm in it to win it for you. Here are 4 principles, ideas, models that will help you move into your psychic capacity. And I don't mean psychic as this new age jargon, this spiritual woo-woo. I'm talking about the true desire to open up and see something that is higher so that you may acquire the capacity and power in this second, this minute, this hour to shower those other people you love simply by being present, holding space and grace in their life. There's no way, it's impossible that you will not be blessed if you ask. Present yourself in the right way. And I don't mean right and wrong. I mean right as in right yourself. Become balanced within from soul to bones. I'm here because I want to learn from myself first that where my highest path lies always. And in so doing, I'm not screwing around anymore, trying to guide other people that I truly care about by simply being present in their life. Husband and wife, grief or strife, or joy, employ yourself, be in it to win it. That is the gate. That kind of fire, that kind of tenacity, that mustard, that kind of cojones or tits. You have to want it like your next breath. That's number 1. Let me go through this bullet point I wrote out today. Be open to tapping into your psychic skills. Without it, 0. I talked about nothing in the past, how beautiful it is. In this regard, without wanting it, nothing happens. Not good towards the endeavor, acquiring of your goal. The number 1 thing that shuts down a person's exploration into their psychic and intuitive abilities is, I'm gonna drop the F-bomb, y'all, fear. the first thing that will shut down your psychic muscle expansion. People get so scared of their natural abilities, but these things aren't scary. They're always there to help lead us to a higher path and be navigators using tools in life. The first thing for nailing this tip is simply being willing to open to tap into otherworldly capabilities. Declaring to the universe that you are already. I'm not trying to develop my abilities. I am already that, and now opening the door to experience that which I already am. Sounds like word salad? Good. I got many choices of salad dressing to help you make it more palatable. It's very easy. You have to want it. Number 2, practice reading people's energy. It's not about being right, and you do not have to divulge or share anything you get, think you get, thought you got and were wrong, or have no idea whatsoever. That is all irrelevant. Walk into a room, a venue, restaurant, and just scan. Without judgment, without trying to be right. Oh, let me squint so hard with all my might, hoping that I get some sort of sight on this person. You have overshot your target already, and you will miss every time-ish. Your intention to really want to see is recognize, but are you really intending to recognize or to be right? Very huge difference. So you walk into an experience and you say, I just want to practice experiencing what I think I see, and it will validate itself to me. And if it does, then I lean further into what I did this last go round. If not, I will use another technique or refine my process, probably more likely than not, letting go even further beyond the want to be right or wrong. So explore that ground seriously. I was wrong. If it triggers you, that's why you were wrong. So it's not about being wrong, it's about being responsible, which will lead you to being accurate. Big difference. Getting a bad vibe from someone for no concrete reason is your psychic intuition coming through. And reading a person's energy in this way is a skill you can strengthen. Challenge yourself to interpret the energy of new people you meet by looking beyond their appearance or how they speak, and instead tuning into their energy for information. In other words, it's beyond what I'm hoping to get, or even beyond your understanding of what you think and it actually is. Therein lies the real it that you're trying to aspire to. Are you not trying to aspire to something? Because if you already knew it, you would have to aspire to something. So it requires the opening of the gate, the bursting of the balloon, moving out of the box, moving into this space, which is beyond what I already know. How, you may ask? Simply being in the space of other people and understanding your own thoughts about how you feel, as the opening song of tonight reflects. You can do this before even looking at or interacting with another person. For example, if you're in line at a grocery store, tap into the energy of the person behind you and see what comes up. Then strike up a conversation to see if intuitive nuggets of information you picked up were ultimately correct. So again, that's the point. Before you go into an experience, just open yourself up to the capacity of wanting to see something that you may have not before if you didn't allow yourself the opportunity to say, what is it that's possible that is coming up for me? I saw this coming. Of course you did. That's when you heard or thought of the song by B.B. King. And you turn on the radio and there's B.B. King. Well, you saw it coming. So now you want to wield this light sword consciously. Don't you? So you have been doing it all of your life. Number 3. Predict, as I just said, how places will look. Predict how places will look. Predict how places will look. Before you go out of town on your vacay, well, I've seen pictures. Of course, I know there are mountains or a beach or a jungle or a forest, whatever. So use that to launch you into a space of wanting to be accurate, not right, but accurate. When you become accurate about being accurate and being accurate, then you will be accurate. You see, sounds like word salad, but it's all refinement. I want to become accurate. My intention is accurate, and my want to become accurate so that I can be accurate, so that I can accurately use my gift for the well-being of other people. Then your accuracy will begin to hone, because you're beginning to own the truth of the requirement that is needed to have universal cosmic sight. So if you ever watched the movie about the Dalai Lama, the Buddha, I don't remember the name of the exact movie, but I remember this one scene in particular. When he was about 18, 19, when he was being cast out of China, and he moved to India or Tibet, however it goes, he got on a horse or a donkey. And as he sat on the horse, before he rode the horse, he went inside and says, I see a safe journey. I see a safe return. So he used his feeling capacity to navigate his vision capacity. So these two aspects of the spiritual self are truly married. It's the heads and tails of the whole coin. So before you go out of town, just play the game of life. If my spirit is all-knowing and all-seeing, how come in this moment I can't see? Well, you have to play the game. It's called Monopoly. Not that you're trying to monopolize. You have to monopoly your life first to win the game so that you can help others become active participants so they can graduate with you at the same time. This is a guarantee with a level of vibrational shift that will help you lift into the capacity to be able to expand, develop your psychic muscle. Number 4, get in touch with your spirit guides. Get in touch with your spirit guides. Who are these spirit guides? Could be deceased loved ones. Likely not. Your spirit guides have been assigned to you. Even more important, you, me, we have been assigned to the spirit guides, because the spirit is what guides us. So they're just a little bit above what we call this love nugget, you sexy human creature, you. But without a corporeal self. You have to make contact with the hierarchy that is a little bit above you. They're not above you, they're just above as a word definition description, that it's beyond your capacity to see to see, to free, to be. Do you see what I'm saying? There are entities, energies that reside not necessarily above you, but deeper into the capacity of what you actually think is you. They have a broader knowledge capacity to see. They're not different from you. You might be contacting your spirit guides. Well, it's about the humility when you fall deep inside that will bring them to you, and there you will abide. But when you get to this level of conscious awareness, you will understand that it's not separate from you. It never has been, nor will it ever. And then you're truly have integrated into the level of the land of a greater capacity of knowing forever. Wow, I'm hanging out with these people. Well, then I must be like these people and no longer about the sheeple in my life. Because I was once them. We are all once them. You want to be a policeman, you do what policemen do. You want to be a fireman, you do what firemen do. You want to be a spiritualist, you do what Jesus has done. And the like. And then you begin to see. Get in touch with these spirit guides. We all have spirit guides we all can call upon for support. These advanced souls, mentors, and the angelic realm help to guide us and teach us. We are also connected to anybody we've lost, quote, big quotes, who have crossed over to the other side. One way to connect to your spirit guides is by asking for a very specific sign. It's not about testing your faith, but it is actually no holds barred about testing your faith. You need to show me something. I don't doubt you. I don't disbelieve in you. I am trying to use my intention to say, I am so responsible that I am asking to connect to something that says, yes, you are connecting with me. And because of your intention to go deeper, I'm going to validate to you this. I am on the right track in my mind and in my heart so that I can be validated in a beautiful way so that I can ensue ablaze this spark. It's called taking responsibility, because the mind will paint many different pictures, hoping to grab you out of civility and bring you into a space of senility. Trust me, the mind is really that powerful. It is that powerful. If you want confirmation that you are on the right path, use a very specific sign. You can put that request out to the universe by saying and requesting to see a purple giraffe. I want to see a purple giraffe. I simply want to see it. I deserve seeing a purple giraffe. Whatever it is for you. It's best to get really specific in your request for a sign so that when you do receive it, there is no denying that it came from your guides. Balancing your chakras from soul to bones, the lights that you are, can also help you unleash your psychic abilities. And here is everything you need to know about angelic numbers and other signs from the universe. You have to simply want it, my love. You have to want it. So beyond 2, 3, and 4, nothing will happen and nothing will ever open the door until you're absolutely sure that you want it. So what is the it? I want to know that what lies for me just beyond my understanding. By standing under something that will always guide me, has never lied to me, it will come across as many lies. Many people will double cross you. Even what you think is your spirit will double cross you. Well, Keith, that was Satan. Satan spoke to me and interrupted Jesus' thoughts. Nonsense. Nothing can interrupt the Lord's thoughts except your own thought about what you think will interrupt the Lord's thoughts. and what you should or ought not to do. See? So how do I stay in the all presence of all knowing? You have to stay in the all presence of that which is all knowing. There's no boring your way around it. So it requires work, doesn't it? It's brought home into a space of no denying it. If God is omnipresent, all powerful, all knowing, and all present, then I have to be all present, to be all powerful and all knowing, to glean the wisdom of my divine parent. And simply it becomes apparent to all of us. 4 models. You have to get out of fear. The fear of all knowing. The fear of knowing what you did in many past incarnations that have brought you to this point of being ignorant. It's painful, I know. It hurts. It'll kick your ass. What will kick your ass into a greater capacity, to a higher knowing, is to be okay with your ass being kicked. Or you get zilch, nit, nothing, zilt, nothing. You get nothing. And it's okay to get nothing. But when you want everything, then you have to fall into the nothing to be able to get the everything that is in the nothing. You have to want nothing. I just want to know simply because it's my divine birthday. No other reason. There's no other season. And the only treason is you feeling guilty about feeling worthy. When you feel guilty about feeling worthy, you have committed spiritual treason on yourself.